Yes, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on wherever you are watching us from. It's another edition of Politics on the Street. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our video, share, comment for more political discourse. You can subscribe to our YouTube video, like, share, and comment for more political discourse. Yesterday, after the Interpol have come out with a shocking revelation that they were not involved in the arrest and the kidnap of Mazi nnamdi KANU from Kenya to Nigeria. Ekpa has made a move. Yesterday, he has officially written a letter to the ICC, International Criminal Court, to make arrests, to arrest President Tinubu and MALAMI for the illegal arrest and kidnap of Mazi nnamdi KANU from Kenya to Nigeria, sir. How do you react to this, sir?
If such a step has been taken by someone like Simon Ekpa to that regard, well, I wouldn't want to see it as something that should be left for Simon Ekpa alone. You know, the World Igbo Congress should take it up, you know, and make sure that the thing get to a final conclusion, you know, and of course, you know, how the process of which nnamdi KANU was renditioned back to Nigeria was a global, has attracted a global condemnation, and they need to look at it very well that, you know, action need to be taken not only for the nnamdi KANU issue, at least to protect, you know, the dignity, you know, of every Igbo, you know, globally, and of course those others who actually might want to, you know, toe that line in time to come. So it's a big lesson to Buhari, MALAMI, and ABDUCTION, and of course to an extent, you know, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who has failed, you know, woefully to do the needful by ordering the immediate and unconditional release of Mazi nnamdi KANU. In that regard, the Igbo leaders, the Igbo elite, the Igbo international group, you know, to take it up from there, you know, and get the ICC, you know, International Criminal Court, you know, to place an embargo, you know, on Buhari, MALAMI, and ABDUCTION, you know, for having contravened, you know, the rules and regulations, you know, that govern rendition of anybody, you know, who is found wanting in this kind of case we're having with nnamdi KANU today.
But sir, don't you think some persons might want to frustrate the effort of Mazi nnamdi KANU? And don't you think now? Do you think that the ICC will welcome such petition? And then do you think there will be a light at the end of the tunnel for that kind of gesture, sir?
It needs to be pursued, even though there's going to be reservations about that. You know, even though it is being believed that nothing is going to. Well, something will definitely come out of it, because it is justice for everybody. It is justice for the Biafrans. It is justice for Igbo people, and it is justice for everybody. You know, if we have decided to do the needful in that regard, we should not. It's not something, you know. It borders on Igbo identity. It borders on Biafran freedom, and it borders also on some other things, which, if not taken care of, you know, will continue to have a direct effect, you know, as we have seen so far. So they need to sit down properly, you know, and do the needful by asking questions, by bringing those who were involved in that illegality, you know, to the international court for proper questioning. And of course, it is need for them to be sanctioned or jailed for what they have done. Why? It's worth doing. Thank you. But
sir, now that ICC has made the shocking revelation, now who now helped the government to extradite Mazi nnamdi KANU or kidnap him down to Nigeria? Now that ICC said, sorry, now that Interpol said they were not aware of the arrest and the kidnap of Mazi nnamdi KANU. Now, do you think the former President Buhari and that of MALAMI should serve jail time, sir?
Of course. Now it depends on now they want to follow the due process, because you can see that what happened between under Buhari's regime, MALAMI and ABDUCTION in that regard was purely illegality. You know, they went through the back door. What they did was illegal, and they need to come out, you know, and face for crime they actually committed against the world, against the rules and regulation of that governs you know, the universal law, and of course the law that governs the rules and regulation that govern the Commonwealth nations. You know, they contravene it. You know, and it's a pointer that there's need for an adequate litigation, you know, in that regard, that eventually, you know, bring Buhari, MALAMI, and the ABDUCTION for questioning at the international court.
Sir, lastly, before I let you go now, do you think that the ICC has that fundamental power to try the likes of President Muhammadu Buhari, former President Muhammadu Buhari, likes of Abubakar, MALAMI and co, for those persons involved in the arrest and then illegal kidnap of Mazi for Kenya? Do you think ICC has such power? And then do you think Simon Ekpa will surely win this war, sir?
That's what I'm saying. It's not only about Simon Ekpa, you know, running after or going after, trying to get justice, or trying to, you know, let the law, you know, interpret itself, you know, by testing his powers in the international court. It's not only something that Simon Ekpa will do. I also learned that some Igbo figures in Kenya are also in the court in the name of what transpired between Nigerian government and the Kenyan government in respect to how nnamdi KANU was auditioned back to Nigeria. You know, and secondly, it is not something that should be left alone for Mazi Ekpa. Of course, there are other Igbo bodies, like talking about World Igbo Congress, you know, who are also preparing, you know, to see how they are going to get it across to the international court and bring Buhari, MALAMI, and of course ABDUCTION to answer. It's possible. It's something they should pursue, you know, for record purposes and for posterity. But
sir, Bayo Ononuga and co has come out to say that Simon Ekpa is a joker and that nothing would happen to MALAMI, and that the federal government followed due process. Now, also getting to it now, Garba Shehu, his former spokesperson to President Buhari, he said Simon Ekpa should not be taken for granted, and that nobody, no court of law would invite President Muhammadu Buhari for questioning, despite such answer.
Anybody that is saying that does not understand. They thought that international court is Nigerian judiciary. They can have their way and manipulate their way. That is arrant nonsense. You know, if somebody like them can come out and say nobody will. Buhari is not under any immunity now. He can be arrested. He can be tried. You know, we have seen former president of the world being tried. We have seen Liberia. We saw what happened in Liberia. You know, we have seen past president, you know, coming to ask her questions of what they did when they were in power. Who tells you that it's not possible? It's very possible. You know, they should forget that international court is not Nigerian court. No, these are people who believe that who believe in human rights. You know, who believe that rights of people should be protected under any guise. And if being abused, people who are responsible for that abuse should be brought into book, you know, and the law will take this course. So it's possible to arrest them anywhere they are. Nobody should stop saying that nobody's going to arrest them. That's not true.
Now, thank you. You said people should stop saying that. And then lastly, for last questions, sir, Ohaneze Indigo has said they are not part of people that will challenge that at the ICC. They said Simon Ekpa is on his own. They've disowned Simon Ekpa. They've cited that Simon Ekpa, you are on your own. We did not send you to challenge Mazi KANU arrest in ICC, sir? How can we react to this, sir?
Anybody pursuing that kind of case at the international court does not require support from almost everybody. No, some people will be against it, some people will be for it, you know, and that should not be a kind of discouragement. You understand? So it's not only Samanipa that is going for it, you know, other Igbo bodies, you know, in diaspora are also going for it. As I'm talking to you now, the case is in Kenyan court, you know, to be determined by a Kenyan judiciary in that regard. And of course, the Commonwealth nations will also look at it very well, you know, and it might likely has the backing of Commonwealth nations trying to endorse, because it contravenes, you know, the law, you know, of rendition under Commonwealth nations. So it's a criminal offense, you know. So anybody that is saying that it's not going to work, or you are foreseen, if Ohanese say they are not good, that is their business. We do not expect everybody to throw their support on what Simon Ekpa and others are trying to achieve, you know, by going to the International Criminal Court to get Buhari Abubakar, MALAMI, and Femi Adesina to answer, you know, for what they committed during their tenure against Mazi nnamdi.
You've listened to our guests. Thank you for the wonderful analysis, sir. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our video, share, comment for more political discourse. Thank you, everyone.